They're action figures!
Why, yes. What did you expect? And hello once again, audience! Welcome back to another figure review of, this time, a very rare box set from NECA's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles the movie line from Secret of the Ooze. And we've got here today Tokka and Rahzar. Now let's take a quick look at the packaging, shall we? They have a nice big open window there so you can see everything that's inside. And it's packing quite a lot. It's a shame this box is so hard to find, and NECA has said they will not re-release these figures again, which probably for NECA means not in this shape and form, because why go through all the trouble of making these amazing molds and then using it so sparingly. So I expect they will probably be used for the arcade lineup, because they were in the were they in the arcade version or in the Super Nintendo version, or both? But it's just at different places. They were bosses. In either version of the game, in Turtles in Time, they were bosses. But anyway, I've been holding it for a few seconds right now. It's some nice box art at the top. Some very cool product shot of them. We get some very well-deserved credit at the bottom. 2020 Viacom International, all the rights, blah blah blah, real toys. And on this side here we got some nice box art. And in case you forget which movie it's from, box art, it's not box art, it's photography, toy photography, a product shot. And on the other side for Rahzar. And of course again on the back, it's a very 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 nice shot of them holding some accessories. Express yourself includes articulated facial features. What, and that is very, very nice. On figures this size, that's pretty cool. Here are some small product shots of reenactments from the film. With the pre-fight donut. Very, very nice box. It's a very nice box art. But of course, as I'm not a box collector, it's all about what's inside. So let's get to it. Now, for starters, I just want to take a quick look at this nice little addition. It's just the background thing in the box. But, for anyone that doesn't make dioramas or anything and wants something else in their display besides just a boring wooden background or just glass or mirrors, this is a nice place to, just put your characters in for display. So you get something, happening around them. That is very cool. Now, for starters, these are some really, really big boys. I can hardly get... Well, it's not the biggest platform, of course. It's just 15 centimeters, but... Damn, I can hardly fit them on there. They just barely fit. If Tokka's shit was any bigger, he would have just pushed Rahzar over the edge right there. But oh my god, they are beautiful. I know I say that figures are beautiful a lot. Even with Lightning Collection, with paint apps missing, I'm still I'm very satisfied with just the quality price point sort of perspective. But forget all that. These are absolutely gorgeous. It would be an absolute crime if NECA would actually keep to the word this time, which they always never do. But if they actually don't reproduce these figures, oh my god. Seriously, if you love the films and you want these figures, try to find them now before they rise in price again. Now, I was able to get these for a fairly normal price on eBay. But, oh my god, these are... Seriously, these are... At NECA's price point, this puts brands like Figure Arts to shame, seriously. These are absolutely gorgeous. Oh my god. Look, if you can still find these for under $200, get them. And get them fast, because these are freaking wonderful. You will not want to miss out on these. Seriously. Oh my god. They're fantastic. Anyway, let's just take a look at everything else in the box while these guys just spin around in the background, shall we? Now let's start off with the typical stuff. As you can see, Tokka has two fairly open hands there. He, of course, also comes with replacement hands for, you know, just grabbing objects. They're fairly far open, just to get things like some of the other accessories that are in the box set, which we'll take a look in a moment. But he's got these options, and his other options are for a very, very tight grip. You know, if you want him to hold anything smaller, like the Ninja Turtles weapons, for example. They are so nicely detailed, like all the dirt on the nails and everything. Very, 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 very good quality. Now for Rahzar, we have the same thing. He has fairly open hands, which you can replace with hands with a slightly tighter grip. Once again, these are very nicely detailed. All the paint and everything. Oh my god. I don't know how they do this for these movie figures, because the standard price point of a figure is just like $25. But they have so much paint and details and everything. Oh my. Yeah, you're gonna hate us a lot, probably. I am totally enchanted by these figures, seriously. Oh my god, get them all you can. And of course, we got an option for a tighter grip, or a very specific grip for probably the wooden beam accessory, which I'll show off in a moment. But they are very, very nice options for different hands. Now, of course, they come with the TGRI as it is in the film, and it's TCRI in the comics. Now, it seems like these do not pop off, like the one from Splinter that popped off, but the one from Splinter also had like a crack in there, and this one is still completely pristine. Very nice. Very, very, very nice. Now, of course, it comes with a little baggie. I'll just unpack this real quick, because we have a small box of Simply Donuts. Now, if you've seen and still remember the scene in the film, you will know where this is from. And to add in with those accessories, we of course get the pastries, the donuts, which they have filled with the ice cubes to try and counter the mutagen inside Tokka and Rahzar. Now let's see if we can carefully open this up. And of course, once it's open up, you can just place the donuts there inside. And I can see you're wondering right there, Mr. Audience, or Mrs. Audience, every type of audience. There is one missing. Well, of course, it comes with the one day smoosh and discover they are being tricked. Because you thought they were stupid, but they were not even they were that stupid. That's a very nice added bonus. Of course, once they managed to put those ice cubes down their throats anyway, they had to speed up the process with a fire extinguisher because of the CO2 acting as a catalyst for the reaction and all that scientific mumbo jumbo. Here, Donatella will explain it to you. But yeah, a very nice accessory that's added, of course. Now these guys don't really have weapons, Although Rahzar did have his shield, which you can very easily just clip over his arm, basically. Let's see if we can manage it like this while he's turning around. Yes, we can. And there he goes off in the background with his shield. But anyway. Will you come back around? Will you come back around and show us that fancy shield? Oh, it wasn't really. There, that's better. That's also because Tokka is like right behind him, taking up quite a lot of space with his big shield. But they do look fantastic. Anyway, they of course come with the accessories, of which they wreak havoc in town, or with whichever they bonk each other on the head with, because they are in fact babies. We got this metal pipe here and this nice wooden beam, and once again the details on this piece. You know, you got the bite marks in there, the details, even the texture, even like, I know this is plastic, because otherwise I would have thought they actually like just snapped off a branch and put it in the box almost. That is very, very, very nicely done. Again, these movie figures have such a realistic appearance and paint job and everything, and the price point. Like when you look at figure arts and the price points of like the Dragon Ball Z figures or something, are already basically like $60, $70 per figure. Or like going upwards to like $95 or $100 for things like Super Saiyan 3 Goku. And then you have these guys. Oh my god. Like, I forgot what the original price point for these were, but I paid $130 for them. And well worth the price. Well worth the price. I'm guessing the original for this was like $60, $65 or something. I think the 2 packs, they might be over $80. I would expect these to be more expensive, but my god, they're beautiful. Yeah. I think these are literally my most priced like figures in my collection so far. They are abso-freaking-lutely amazing. So without further ado, let's just take a closer look, starting with Tokka. And here he is looking all beautiful. Just look at that gorgeous paint job. All around the neck, all the details, the dots, just like the turtles have. All the paint at the spikes and everywhere, like the brown or black wash that's just gently brushed over it. The bandages, the sides there. All over the back of the shield and the spikes. Even there's like tones of brown on the green here. The paint job on these movie figures are absolutely incredible. My god, and that at NECA's price point. This is just unbelievable. You can even open up the mouth there. This is a slight wiggle. We got like the teeth. You can even see like all the way up the back of the throat. You can turn these. You can go all like friendly to angry. Just utterly surprised. Mama. My god, that's freaking brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant that they thought of that. But my god, let's take a look at just the articulation of this figure. We have here a double ball joint at the neck. The lower part only has like a slight wiggle. But in combination with the top one, it gives him a fairly good range. And of course, you can go all the way around that. Now we just showed off the mouth and everything already, which can go open all the way up until there. Now the arms rise up about that far. But they of course can turn all the way around. We have some slight wiggle there in his shell. A sort of a waist wiggle. Like if the shield wasn't there, he could have probably gone like a full waist tilt, but you won't have much like waist articulation, but you wouldn't have been able to hide that very neatly with like the shield and everything. And oh my god, who needs waist articulation when you have a figure looking like this? My god. He has a double jointed elbow there. Now the rubber elbow pad does get in the way a bit, but and the lower joint is a little bit stiff there. I can't get this one to. There we go. But he can raise up his arm about that far. Maybe a little bit further, but the joint is a bit stiff and I don't want to force it. And of course he can weave his hand up and down, turn it all the way around, just like he can at the elbow. Now he can do a split about that far. His leg can go backwards about that far, of course because of the shield. And they can move forwards about that far. Now he does have like a molded in like that. It's already like molded for the leg not going straight. So that goes about backwards that far. It can also turn there, of course. There's no swivel at the upper thigh, but we do get one here at the knee above as well. So you can get him to poses like weirdly like that, but you know, however you want your figure to stand. Now, of course, he's got the foot swivel and a little bit of back. And forwards just a little bit. I'm not sure if it's, I think they can do a little bit more, but the joints are fairly stiff. And I'm kind of scared to force them too hard. But my god. Mama. Oh. Absolutely fantastic. Now, I'm guessing we can just pop off the hand like that. Ouch. Be careful, these nails are pointy. They are very pointy. But there. You just have him hold his bunk pipe. And have him pester Rahzar like that. And speaking of Rahzar, let's take a closer look at him now. And there he is. Now, as you saw first, the little, as you saw in the spin about, this just clips around his arm like that. It sits pretty firm. It's not just going to fall off like that. For the sake of taking a closer look, let's just remove this one for now and put it back with the accessories. And here we have Rahzar, and just like with Tokka, he is absolutely incredible when it comes to paint and everything. Even his mouth moves up and down. Ah, the expression on his face. Absolutely fantastic. The paint on the fur, the eyes, the wash over the armor parts, the rusty carved front for the shield. The paint continues all throughout the entire figures, the nails, the fur on the legs, the armor here, the little spiky points there, the cloth. It's like a little bit of a gray wash over there on here, and the edges. Even on the chains, there's like it's silver and there's like a brown wash over them to give like the appearance of like that's old and rusty from the junkyard. These figures are indeed unbelievably incredible. My God. And Tokka is a bit difficult, slightly difficult to stand up. Not the most difficult figure I've had. That's for standing up, especially with some that have like plastic capes. But the way Rahzar is, he stands very, very, very easily. He has a very, very good balance. My God. I love how this is just like actual, not molded on, but just like loose with actual chains and everything. Incredibly well done. Have some Rahzar butt. Absolutely fantastic. So incredibly well done. But all right, let's just see. Now, he does not have movable eyebrows like Tokka does, but he does have the movable mouth. Rah. Nom nom. But he can do a sickening exorcist as well. He also has like the double joint there, allowing him to look up that far and look down at the turtles. Now he does have the elbow pads, but his arms go up about that far. Now the elbow pads are, oh, they're stuck by the chain there. So they can move fairly good out of the way to allow for articulation, but you can't, like, not for all the way around. Like when it gets there, I would stick it up to there and then just go back, not go all the way around, just in case it puts just too much strain there. So it does hinder his articulation a little bit, but not unbelievably so. You can still get him in like a fair range of poses, I would reckon. Now, this one also comes with a double jointed elbow. There. The joints with the NECA ones are a little bit stiff sometimes, which can be a bit like not alarming, but just be careful. Don't just force it up in there. And of course, his hands turns all the way around, just like at the elbow. And of course, just like Tokka, his hand can go up and down. Now, he does have a waist swivel, and he can go all the way around. That is very nice. I did not expect, I thought the chains or the armor would get in the way with the chains, but they are very well positioned that they just allow him to go full waist swivel. Now, he can go up for a split about that far. And of course, it also gives him A little bit of a waist crunch, but because of this, not much of it. But that is okay. Anyway, where were we? We were at the legs now. You can go back about that far, forward about that far. Now, just like with Tokka, the bend is already like molded in there, so you won't straighten out the leg more than this. And here we have a very tight joint. It seems like on my copy they did paint there, but they forgot there. Kind of a shame, but not too big of a deal. There, but he can bend his knee about that far, which straightens back out that far. We got the foot swivel. And all that nice articulation there. I mean, I guess this is the swivel and this is the like up and down motion, or however you would call that. You got a fair range there. It was a bit easier than Tokka did. And of course he turns at the knee as well. No upper thigh swivel, just at the knee. But oh my god. He is very easy to pose and stand. Let's just put him there. Give him his bunk wood in hand. Now, just as with Tokka, you can just wiggle it a bit, pop it out. And pop back in a different hand if you want to. As I mentioned before, the heavy shield on Tokka there. You want to make sure he leans a bit forward just so the weight of the shield doesn't pull him back. Otherwise he's not too difficult to pose up. And they look absolutely fantastic. Oh my god. I am so happy I got these, like so incredibly happy. Seriously, if you're still contemplating on whether to get these or not, get them as soon as possible. Because they are fantastic. These are definitely some of my favorite figures I've ever bought, for real. Let's just go for a little comparison there, because they are huge, but they are not quite super shredder huge. As you can see, he towers above them still, as he should. Let's put him off to the side there for a better size comparison. Like Tokka and Rahzar are massive figures, but he towers above them in height at least. And while he was teased to be released soon, we do have like a fair size comparison there with the Shredder. They are just slightly bigger than him when they stand up straight. Like he is now very, Rahzar is now very crouched down. But he's definitely a head bigger than Shredder. And of course, for the final size comparison, we've got him here with a Ninja Turtle. What are you looking at? they look absolutely fantastic together. Now I'm hoping I can find the rest of the turtles soon as well. This is the Raphael that was in the 2-pack with Casey. And I'm still on the lookout for his 3 brothers, which I hope to find soon as well. I found Leonardo somewhere, but Donatello and Michelangelo seem to be out of stock everywhere. But it seems that some shops have them on pre-order again, so I'm guessing they have a restock somewhere in July. So we'll just have to see about that then, so we can continue to expand this movieverse. As well as that we've got Danny coming from the Loot Crate stuff, and April O'Neil has been going up on pre-order as well. So I can't wait for those. And I'm really going to have to start on those dioramas, because I definitely want to build like the sewer layer and the docks where they fight Super Shredder, like perhaps a little bit of an inside part of the club for Tokka and Rahzar. My God, they are great. This entire movie line of NECA is absolutely fantastic, seriously. If you have been on, like, how do you say that? If you were still doubting, like, to get these or not, because I know for me personally, I prefer to collect like 6-inch scale figures, so that everything in my collection, you know, for photography or whatever, they all fit nicely together. And these movie turtles from NECA, they just happen to be like in the 7-inch scale, which kind of irks me but then the moment you unpack these and you just have them in hand, oh my God, these are so good. Let's just grab a 6-inch figure just to see how this line scales with them. Because I do feel that out of all the 7-inch things, like maybe Predator would also work, but like RoboCop and stuff from NECA will look really awkward with like Marvel Legends or Black Series. But I think the Turtle line could still work here, because they're definitely mutants. Like Shredder may be a like tall man already. Perhaps they're too tall. Yeah, they'll definitely look off with your 6-inch scale. At least the human figures. Shredder is a very tall boy compared to Billy there. But I guess the turtles could still sort of work, because they're mutants. I know they're shorter in the series. They will be like this, but from a scale on believability, this could still work. Just like with this guy, because he's mutated, but yeah. I'm guessing something like just like with Shredders and April, it looks a bit off. Like they would be, Shredder would be suddenly a very, very tall man compared to how he was in the film. And again, why not? I mean, this can just be my 5'8" friend, and this is me in cosplay, and I'm like 6'5". So why not? You know, it's your figures. Display with them all together however you want. What am I even going on about this point? Well, it's mostly just to show you off how these scale with like a 6-inch scale. But that is it for today. Marvel at these beauties. Oh my God, for one last time, before we bid you adieu, audience. And before we do go, I want to thank you for watching once again. Thank you for joining me while I unpack these freaking fantastic figures here. And I do hope to see you next time. If you could, just leave a comment down below. I love to interact with my audience whenever I can. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and all the other pages linked down below if you would like to see more. And also consider subscribing, because we will definitely have plenty more incoming very soon. including, for the most part, Lightning Collection, Power Rangers, Marvel Legends, Star Wars Black Series, and, well, definitely quite a few like random tidbits here and there, including, of course, other other videos concerning things like cosplay and all that good stuff, all that geeky stuff. So if you like any of that, I do hope you would consider to subscribe, and I will see you next time. And don't forget, audience.
Huh? Cowabunga!